Hello students. Today we are going to study another topic, that is greenhouse technology. Now in this greenhouse technology, let us have a look at the meaning and importance of greenhouse. Now here in this case, what is greenhouse? These greenhouses are protected structures useful for cultivation of certain crops. This is in brief about greenhouse. It is a protected structures. Now here in this case, protection is given to the plants which are grown inside. Now this protection is from what? This protection is given from adverse climatic conditions, and particularly this is given for the growing of various horticultural crops. Then again, in this protected structure, a condition can be controlled, means whatever carbon dioxide, light, temperature, humidity or air movement, all these things can be controlled in this greenhouse. But in the open field, we don't have control over the climatic factors or climatic conditions. Now there are different kinds of greenhouses and polyhouses, and they are used in different tropical, temperate, tropical and subtropical regions. As we have studied during your last year, that there are three kinds of climates: temperate climate, tropical climate and subtropical climate. So accordingly we have to use these different structures. Now let us go to the structures. There are various types of structures. These are transparent material from which these structures are made. So it is called as cladding material. Cladding material means a transparent material which is used for making of this glass house, greenhouse or polyhouse. So accordingly there are three types of greenhouses. Which are these three types? One, that is a glass house, and another is polyhouse, and third is shade house. Now name itself indicates that this glass house, in this glass house where glass is used for covering up this material, glass is used as a roof, and side frames are made. In polyhouse, polythene sheet is used to cover the frame as a cladding material. Cladding material means covering material. Then third is a shade house. Here the frame is covered with shade nets to protect the plants which are inside of the greenhouse. So these are the three kinds: glass house, polyhouse and shade house. Now where these houses are used, let us see. Glass houses are used in temperate countries, means where the climate is very cold, where snowfall is usual matter, clouds are always there. So we have to protect from very cold, not so cold conditions always prevail over there. So that is called temperate country or temperate climate. So here in this case, glass house can be made, means the temperature can be increased in glass house. Now according to the requirement, glass house can be used. Then here polythene cover is used for this purpose on a framework. Polythene should be of 0.10 to 0.15 mm in thickness. This much should be the thickness of the polythene which you use. So this resists ultraviolet radiations. So this polythene will resist ultraviolet radiation coming into the house, and this is also very economical one. Requirement of expenditure is also quite less. Sometimes in some places instead of polythene sheet, sometimes fiber glass sheets are also used. So this is more durable, it can sustain for longer time. So polythene sheets or fiber glasses can be used in the temperate regions or cold regions. Now, in tropical and subtropical regions, there is ventilation, good ventilation, natural ventilation is there, where polyhouses can be used. Now, let us go to importance of greenhouse technology. Now, in this importance, what are the advantages of greenhouse? Here, in this case, the most important or most prime advantage, that is yield, increases by 10 to 12 times higher than the outdoor cultivation. So this yield is increased, that is the most important. Now this depends upon the environmental condition, depends upon the kind of greenhouse we are going to made, like that. Then there is more reliability, that crop increases under greenhouse cultivation, means failure chances are very less. This is particularly suited for vegetables and flowers crop particularly. Then all over the year round, we can get production of vegetables and production of flowers. In off season also we can produce fruits, vegetables. So production of fruits and vegetables in off season is called forcing, FORECING, forcing. So here again important that disease free and genetically superior quality transplants can be produced in these houses. There is efficient utilization of chemicals and pesticides to control pests and diseases, means there will be minimum loss of these chemicals which are very costly, and water requirement is also very less, very limited, and that it can be used very efficiently. We can also maintain the stock plants, the grafted plantlets or micro propagated plants in the house. Then hardening of tissue is also possible. In the cultured plants, hardening means they can sustain in adverse climatic conditions also. Then the production, it is of good quality. Then it is free from diseases and pests, also from different damages. Then there is a very useful monitoring and controlling of the ecological system. In fact, we cannot control the ecological system, but in the houses we can control the ecological factors or climatic factors. So this is a modern technique of hydroponic, aeroponic and nutrient film techniques. So these are three things. In hydroponic, it means the soil less culture, means without soil. This technique can be used, means in these houses even there is no soil available, we can produce the plantlets. Aeroponic is also there, and nutrient film techniques are also used. So these things are very important. Shade net houses are most suitable for this nursery. So these are the advantages. Now, what is the scope of greenhouse technology? Now, in this scope, there, as we have studied, that there are a lot of advantages of this greenhouse, and here in this case, the profitability is more, particularly in commercial cultivation of crops. There is more profit compared with the open air cultivation. Now, let us have a scope. Now, here, number one, lot of barren lands is available in our country. So these barren lands can be utilized to develop this erection of greenhouse. Means in the barren land, greenhouses can be made. It is also useful in low rainfall technology. So greenhouse technology can be utilized by storing rainhouse, or drip irrigation system also can be used. Means there is low evaporational loss of water. Then another thing that we know that there is a continuous demand of vegetables and flowers throughout year, particularly in the areas which are close to the city areas. So there is more demand, so we can produce these vegetables and flowers throughout the year. There is also scope of propagation and raising of nursery. Again, that various government schemes are also available for promoting greenhouse. There are also subsidy at the subsidized rates. We can get plastic and polythene. Large number of unemployed youths could be diverted towards this technique, and there is a vast scope of export of the produce. Now, these are the important scope of greenhouse technology. Now, there are few others also. We can produce exotic crops as they are demanded. Means the crops which are grown in foreign countries but which could not be grown in our country because of different climatic conditions, they also can be grown in our country by using this technology. Then students also get that, young student, educated students also can be turned towards this technology. We can generate employment in erection and maintenance of this greenhouse. Means when we make the greenhouse, use greenhouse, then maintenance is required. Then youths can be trained, unemployed youths, educated youths can be trained for this purpose. So employment generation is also possible. So this is a very ideal technology for marginal farmers. Now, which are the types of greenhouse? Now, this greenhouse structure are various types, and there are different advantages and disadvantages are also there in every type. But we have to use this type as per the requirement. Means we cannot say that particular type of greenhouse is the best one. It is not so. So as per the requirement, as per the climatic condition, as per the financial condition of the farmer, we can use a particular type of greenhouse. So let us have a look at the sketches of this greenhouse. This is the first single span greenhouse. So this is a single span. This is a very simple kind of greenhouse. Just an arc is made and a greenhouse can be erected. Multiple this is a multi-span greenhouse. Multi-span. So this is a one span. This is another span. So we can make 3, 4 another spans also can be made. So they are called multiple span greenhouse. Now this is a even span. Even span means there is a particular kind of structure like this can be made. So it is called even span greenhouse. So these are different spans we can make as per our requirement. These were even span. Now uneven span. So this Uneven span, these sizes are different. That is not necessary that the size should be of the same uh, structure. Now here ridges and furrows we have studied in irrigation. This is one of the system of irrigation, ridges and furrows. Here also this top portion it is called ridge, the down portion is called furrow. So here this is a ridge, this is a furrow. Likewise, then sawtooth greenhouse. Sawtooth means like you have seen that saw which is used to cut branches of a tree. So like these are the particular kind of structure. Now naturally ventilated greenhouse. Now have a look here. There is a ventilation. So this is a direction. So in this direction, air comes here. That is the direction. So this is a naturally ventilated greenhouse. Now this is a Quinceant greenhouse. So here in this case, this is also an arc or this is a span. So this is a door, and this is a door to enter, and this kind of is also useful. Usually, this kind of greenhouse is erected in our area also. This is a tunnel type. So when the size is a larger one, then this tunnel type it is made, means a bigger size greenhouse is there. These are the different types of greenhouses based on the shape of structure.